What's good, YouTube? We are back again with another video. In today's video, we're going to show you Jordan Performance sneakers. First off, say hi to Lincoln. Lincoln, it's my son. Good news for me and my friends is we're able to get our indoor court back again. Super excited. We just played this weekend. I bought about 7 pairs of sneakers. I played 7 games. We do play full court. It is a smaller court, thankfully, because my cardio is straight ass. But we're able to go back on court, which is an amazing thing indoors, especially, man. That is just completely awesome, right? Now, if you guys know, or if you guys don't know about my channel, I am a huge sneaker guy. I'm mainly Jordan and Nike. Jordan was nice enough to send me a Jason Tatum PE. His actual size 15, pretty dope. I'm just a Jordan guy, right? That's my favorite athlete of all time. That's my favorite brand, Nike, Jordan, however you want to put it. Kobe's my second favorite athlete of all time, so I'm a big Nike guy. I do purchase the newest Jordans, the newest silhouettes, the newest performance sneakers. So I have a few of them here. The one I am missing is the Zion 3. I will get them eventually because I do want to play basketball in them. But as of right now, I have 7 different Jordan sneakers that you can buy at this current moment. And most of these you can get on sale. That's the best part about this. I would just recommend, especially for performance models, because they're not popular. There's not like a Jordan Retro 3 where you know may sell out. Jordan performance sneakers. Jordan performance sneakers, for the most part, are going to go on sale. So that's the beauty of it. So let me show you really quickly some of these sneakers. And the first one I want to show you is actually the Luka 1. I'll be honest with you, I didn't have high expectations of this sneaker because of the cushion setup. This is a Formula 23 setup and it's very minimal. This reminds me of a Kobe Bryant sneaker. It is very light. And the upper is awesome. You don't need break-in time, so there are pluses to this model. If you're looking for a really heavy cushion or really springy cushion, this is not the model for you. But if you're looking for court feel and you're looking for a light silhouette, the Luka 1 is pretty good, man. In fact, although Luka is already on the Luka 2, he wore these in a playing game against the Clippers, dropped 44. He kills the Clippers every single time. But he wore this Matador color. This is a fire color. I like the all red on court, you know, something different. In general, this is a really solid sneaker. Traction was pretty good. But again, if you're looking for a beefier cushion setup, this isn't the one. This reminds me a lot of, do I have a Kobe 9 somewhere? So this reminds me a lot of a Kobe 9, right? I have a Kobe 9 over here. 1 second. So although this is like an utterly ridiculous high top, if you just took this off, this gives me Luka vibes, a little bit more containment, but the cushion setup is supposed to be minimal and the traction is supposed to be on point, and it's supposed to be a really light sneaker in a light package. And this is what this reminds me of. Prior to him getting his signature deal, Luka used to play in some Kobe's. So this is the Luka 1. I think this is a good sneaker. I'm actually going to try it out a little bit more. I think once the Formula 23 actually settles and breaks in a little bit, I think this is a pretty good sleeper. And you can get these for $50, right? So that is the Luka 1, and then we go right to the Luka 2. Now, I will be honest, the Luka 2 cushion setup is amazing. If you had combined the Luka 2 cushion setup with the Luka 1 upper, in my opinion, this is a really good sneaker. I think that's the best of both worlds. I think they went a little bit too heavy. They got a lot of layers and a lot of fuse and a lot of overlays. To me, if they would have just minimalized the upper on this one and keeping this same cushion setup, I think now you have a really good basketball performance sneaker that a lot of people can wear, especially guards, shifty players. The cushion on this one is nicer. This is Formula 23 with a little bit of Cushlon, so that probably helps, but it's a beefier cushion. You could tell the minute you put it on. This is a more court feel, flatter cushion, very minimal cushion, I guess you could say. And this one is a more beefier cushion. Between the two, I would take the cushion setup from this, and I take the upper from this. Lightweight, very minimal. It breaks in very easily. Honestly, I'd recommend both. Right now, currently, you have the Luka 2s for sale, which is great. Definitely wait for a sale. Wait for 30% off, 25% off, already on discount. Wait for that, and then you could get yourself a Luka 1 or 2. All right?
Craig. So Craig is actually my Bulgaria or some shit.
Now, like I said earlier, I don't have the Zion 3. which is a completely different sneaker than this one. But I have the Zion 2. I bought these to play outdoors. And the cushion setup is very awesome. I have to say, you have an air Strobel unit in the heel, and then you have a zoom unit in the forefoot. Very similar to KD's cushion setup, right? The only thing that I don't like about this package is how much material is on the upper. A lot of this stuff is unnecessary. This strap absolutely does nothing. Like, I don't know if it's just for aesthetics, but to me, it does nothing. They could have removed the strap and could have just kept the laces. I love the Achilles pillows that they put in all the Zions pretty much. I believe it's in the Zion 3 as well. And mid-tops for me, right? So one thing about the Luka, it's a low top. As I've gotten older, I prefer low tops a lot more. Now, I grew up in the age, because I'm a dinosaur, where mid-tops and high tops were the only thing you played in. You don't really need a mid-top or high top anymore. And you can still get the same stability as you would, if not even more. The flexibility of the ankle being free is just a much bigger difference, in my opinion. So they went to a low top, or somewhat of a low top, on the Zion 3. You don't need this mid-top anymore or high top anymore. Great sneaker, great cushion setup, played outdoors, great. But the only thing that I would say was pretty ass about these was just a lot of material for no reason, right? It wasn't necessarily heavy, but it was just unnecessary. That's how it felt. If you minimize the material, which I felt like they did for the 3, to me, this would be a much better sneaker. But this is a great sneaker. I got this for $57 on Dick's Sporting Goods. It may still be available. I got it months ago. The Zion 2 is a really good pickup. I'm sure they're still available. So, again, if you really want some sneaker you could kind of beat up on or really cheap, Zion 2, really good sneaker.
Oh, damn.
All right. Now we get to the Jason Tatums. So I played in these for the first time. And of course, if you play in them only once, you're not going to get the most out the sneaker. So a lot of times sneakers break in and traction gets better and cushion gets better, believe it or not. The one thing I will say that's a negative, and I'll just start off with the negative right off the bat. The forefoot felt nice and soft, and the heel felt very hard and clunky. And you felt that while you were playing in it. So you kind of think about the sneaker a little bit while playing in it, because it's such a different feel on the court than pretty much any of the other setups. All the other setups have a seamless, nice transition on the cushion. This one, you could feel the difference between the forefoot and the heel. Now, this is like some sort of Phylon. It is pretty dense and pretty hard. If this was something else, maybe this would be a little bit better, but it wasn't. And another thing that I will say is that you could tell the traction pods were only in these sections. This is the only part you kind of get grip on. You don't necessarily get too much grip on the heel. We mostly don't play on our heel, but there may be some instances where we do, and you can tell the traction would really bite on these pods, but not necessarily throughout the whole sneaker. So that was one thing that was also notable. But there are some positives about it. This is the lightest sneaker in the Jordan brand family. Because of that, that is pretty awesome. I wish this was more of a low top, especially the fact that Tatum likes to play in lows. I thought that would be pretty cool. I love the fact that they went really lightweight. The support was there for it being lightweight. It was a good sneaker overall. I do want to give this another chance, because to me, I would say the Luka 2 and the Zion 2 would be a better option at the moment. I will give these another run to make sure that what I'm saying stands. But as of right now, if I had to give somebody a recommendation, I'd give them a recommendation on the Luka 2. So that is the Jason Tatum one. Another great option. I got these on sale for $90 at DTLR. So go check that out. This is the Mustang colorway. I actually have a Mustang PE Jordan 36, which is a really nice colorway as well. And this is supposed to be modeled after his Mustang. I don't want to get into that because that may be another video later on down the line. But yeah, a pretty good, decent performer. Definitely more for a guard, smaller player. I think this would be perfect for that type of player, right? And then we get to the performance signature models. So we have 3 here, right? I have the 37, the 36, and the 38. And right off the bat, I guess we could start with the 36. I don't know if these are available currently.
That's a shot.
There were so many Jordan 36s available. These are fairly easy to get. This is one of my favorite sneakers of all time to play basketball in. And the reason is it's well balanced. It's the perfect weight. It's the perfect cushion. It's the perfect speed. This is, to me, the best of the best out of all sneakers. I mean, this is a 9-10 for me, right? Somebody else may feel it's not so good. One of the things I like about this one is the Eclipse plate. I was a big fan of the Jordan Eclipse plate. They brought it on the 36. So this is a top tier Jordan in my opinion.
Oh, nice.
Now the Jordan 37 has some good things about it, but has more flaws to me. One of the flaws to me is this decoupled carbon fiber plate. It's a little bit too much space for me personally, and you can kind of feel that when you're on the court, right? I don't want to feel like I can notice something on my feet, and that's something that you feel. The cushion setup is really good. The traction was pretty good. The fit wasn't as good as the Jordan 36. That's one other thing that I don't really necessarily love. You do get Formula 23 cushion on the heel, and the heel was really, really nice. I have to say the cushion setup was great. I hear great things about the Zion 3 Formula 23 foam. So again, if it's anything like this foam, I think we're going to be in good hands with Formula 23 moving forward. But I think this is a solid sneaker. I don't think it's as good as the 36, and I don't think it's as good as the 38. And we're going to get into the 38 very shortly. I think there's more flaws in the Jordan 37, just construction-wise and engineering-wise. But other than that, it's a solid performer. And then we have the Jordan 38. This is the recent model. This is a great silhouette. The cushion setup right off the bat. So we have a Zoom Strobel with Cushlon. This red right here is a really soft Cushlon. It's supposed to be Cushlon 3.0, which I definitely say is a much better version than the previous version. This reminds me or looks like a GT Jump a little bit because it has that mid-top to almost high-top feel. Again, I know I mentioned this earlier. I'm not the biggest mid to high top fan anymore. I think the lows on these are probably going to kick a lot of ass. The Jordan 38 was awesome on the court. The traction was incredible, right? I mean, I noticed the difference between these and all the rest of the Jordans. This was phenomenal traction indoors. It's a good weight. It's not necessarily too heavy. It's not too light. The materials were pretty nice. I will have to say this is like a knit material. They gotten away from that plastic like lino weave and gone with a more knitted material, which is really nice. Performance wise, the cushion is great. The traction is unbelievable. This is a great performance sneaker. I played this for like 3 games and it broke in right away. So I have to say this is a better sneaker in my opinion already than the Jordan 37. We could probably go into a little bit more details if it's as good as the Jordan 36. But I do want to get the low top first before I compare it because I think if this was a low top sneaker, this will be a better sneaker for me. This is probably my favorite sneaker so far for the new season, right? So if you're using the 2023-2024 NBA season as a new season, to me, this is the best sneaker into 2023-2024, in my opinion. I haven't tried the LeBron 21 yet. I love the LeBron 20, and I didn't like the LeBron Next Gen. And from what I'm being told, the LeBron 21's cushion is a little bit more like the Next Gen versus the LeBron 20. I rather the LeBron 20 cushion for my playing style. So that is that. This is all the Jordan brand sneakers that we have currently. Let me try to put this in a thumbnail so you can see it. Hold on one second. So we got Luka's, we got Jordan 38s, Jordan 37s, Jordan 36s, Zion 2s, Tatum 1s. And this is, you know, pretty much going to be the lineup, except the Zion 3, which is what I'm missing. This is pretty much going to be the lineup. I think personally the Zion 3 is going to be somewhere for me between the Luka and the Jordan 38. I think it's going to have good cushion. Maybe better cushion than this. I think it's going to have a better upper than the Luka. It may not be as plush and as cushiony as the Jordan 38, but we'll see, right? So we'll see. We'll give it a shot. And then I could compare these three for you guys if you guys like this review. And on that note, we out. Peace. Peace.